Many of us grew up watching 106 and Park Top 10 Live on the BET network. It was a 90-minute music countdown show that premiered in September 2000 and ran for 13 more years. It featured interviews, performances, music videos, and competitions in front of a live studio audience. 106 and Park was a hit in Black households and took the #1 spot as the highest-rated music program in North America, with around 600,000 views every episode, beating out its competitor TRL over on MTV. The show jump-started a lot of careers of budding hip-hop and R&B artists who made their television debuts right there. 106 and Park had some of the most memorable Black music moments and interviews that are still talked about till this day. Here are 106 and Park's most scandalous moments. Besides the interviews and music videos, people specifically tuned into 106 and Park for the unpredictable live performances that could include anything from surprise guest appearances, grand entrances, and embarrassing moments. Take, for example, B5's debut performance of All I Do.
Listen, I can't wait to get to school each day and wait for you to pass my way. Hang it together.
Yo. This shit was so bad because they were supposed to be like the next big thing, but this shit kind of like fucked it up.
But they weren't the only ones to tank during their first performance on 106 and Park. In 2006, newcomer Cassie appeared on the show to promote her hit debut single.
Don't talk shit about Cassie, yo. I don't want to hear it.
Me and You. But her awkward performance would end up receiving a storm of criticism and made headlines for her lack of energy and vocal talent.
Don't talk shit about Cassie.
I know that I shouldn't have had you waiting at all.
I don't care. I love that song. I don't give a fuck. That shit slap. Fuck what they talking about. I swear. Don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
The bad press forced Diddy to release a public statement to MTV that read, "She had her first television performance, and she had an alright performance. You could hear the nervousness in her voice. And to be honest, I kind of smiled at it, because it made me really appreciate what I really love about her. She's a regular person. And we, as artists, we sometimes get nervous. I told her it's like riding a bike. You're gonna fall down. You gotta keep on getting up. I'm with her through her development, and I have no question on her singing ability. It just made me appreciate that she got nervous, and it was kind of cute to me, to be honest. Some people are going to have good days and bad days. The thing about Bad Boy is, we're with our artists through all days. She's not an artist that has a problem with her vocals or singing. You've got to understand that success for her is coming out of nowhere. It's just so huge, and sometimes everybody handles it differently. So I'm quite sure she'll get over it. I don't care how many performances it is. I'm going to be with her until she gets it right." Cassie also addressed it on her MySpace page, saying, "I'm aware that my live performances have been pretty bad. No excuses. I'm still getting over stage fright. I am very upset with the series of events this week, and I do not appreciate people making me look and sound crazy. I'm a 19-year-old girl. I'm single, and I'm working my ass off." But one of the most talked about live performances on 106 and Park is Destiny's Child's performance of Soldier, where Michelle took a tumble. Back in November 2004, the group appeared on 106 and Park to promote the new single. Right as the performance begins, Michelle loses her footing and falls to the ground, but immediately stands up and jumps right back into the choreography as the audience looked on in silence. Then she removes her heel and continues the performance.
Didn't they break up because of this? Loki.
She is definitely. Well, we gotta thank God for chilling with us today. Now we know the holidays are
This embarrassing incident would be joked about and memed non-stop for years. She later revealed that the public humiliation caused her so much PTSD that it took her 13 years to rewatch the performance. But now she's able to laugh it off. And I can't talk about memorable 106 and Park performances without mentioning Genuine's over-the-top performance of Pony, as if this was his Super Bowl halftime performance. It first started out with the show's hosts Free and AJ introducing the R&B singer's performance, but they said something had happened to him backstage. And that's when Genuine was wheeled out on the stage on a stretcher to start his performance that was packed with choreography and theatrics.
They said he passed out or something. Yo, what's wrong with him?
Yo, he look mad stiff.
I need to bring him back, yo.
What is this dude on the right doing? He has no purpose. Like it was his Super Bowl halftime. That's the perfect way to do it.
Freestyle Friday was another popular segment on 106 and Park, where aspiring rappers would compete in a freestyle battle. A lot of talent gained exposure from the segment and landed deals outside of the show. The most notable contestant is Blind Fury, who was born with multiple birth defects and is obviously blind. He appeared on MTV's Rockefeller MC Battle Live back in 2003 before making his way to 106 and Park, where he became the undefeated rap battle champion.
Representing whackness to the fullest, boy, you stupid. All my music make dogs get ruthless. Dropping the graffiti, you guessing exclusives. Dropping the deuces, kinda like breathing. It ain't easy to be the boy Fury on TV. I make you wonder, you should have picked the perfect rhyme. Listen, I'm about to show you where the blind jokes hit you. I promise it's about to feel like a cyclone hit you. Before you go K9, I'm a beast. Grinding is deep and your rhyming is weak. Just trying to be deep. Keep that neutral. Change the name from K9 to Dog Doodle.
But there were times when the battles got heated and even physical. During an episode taken
Oh
in
yeah,
2011,
nah, this was real gully right
contestants
here.
Blessed and Gohard
This was one of the
Jetson went
gulliest moments
head-to-head in a final
in TV
round of the
history.
battle. But Gohard Jetson started intimidating reigning champ Blessed during his turn, and Roski tried to intervene.
they came and
He
find us on the
eventually slapped
internet.
his hat off his head, and this escalated into a physical altercation, with Blessed throwing his mic at Jetson, then picking him up and slamming him to the ground. Security managed to break up the fight and eject
Yeah, real
Jetson from the studio.
2000s.
Roxy and rapper Game announced after the commercial break that both contestants were disqualified. This was a devastating blow for Blessed, who was 2 battles away from winning, and he spoke about the situation in an interview with Blue Collar TV.
After round one, Duke was mad, you know what I mean? The whole crowd was sure feeling me. I already had the battle in the bag. I was in the zone, you know what I mean? No cocky shit. When I'm winning, you know what I mean? Just like anybody knows when they win, they win. Yeah. So, first of all, there's rules to 106 and Park. They give you the rules right before the battle. You know what I mean? It's just common sense. You're not supposed to put your hands on nobody during any battle. During any battle, you're not supposed to touch. I mean, even if it's a little tap, that's supposed to be an automatic disqualification. I wasn't looking for a disqualification. I was looking for the win because I already was winning. After round one, everybody said I already won. But, you know, there's 2 rounds. So after round one, I was, you know, cool, calm, and collective. He had touched me once, but I'm like, for the sake of the show, I'm not going to wild out over it. You know what I mean? So Roxy, round 2 starts, and he spits a whole bunch of garbage. But me, I'm cool, calm, laid back, just waiting for my round to go. So bang, they throwing Ambitions of a Rider, the party, for those familiar with that. They start playing that beat for me. So bang, I start going in round 2. I'm killing them. Now, listen to this, yo. Tell me, what am I supposed to do? You be me now. But walk in my shoes. Homeboy, while I'm rhyming, yells in my face. Making all these point being now, he's yelling in my face. He's coming close to me while I'm rapping and trying to lunge his body on me. Like, you know what I mean? So I stand there smiling at him, you know what I mean, doing what I do. He knocks my hat off.
Oh!
New York City, and knock your hat off.
Not the
What supposed to
fitty.
do? For the sake of the show, I still don't do nothing. I still don't do nothing. I keep rhyming. I was like, you know what, outside I'll find them out. Now, I know what I'm supposed to do after this. Homeboy pushes me to the point where I fall off the stage. So I hit him with the boom. But the thing is that when he pushed me, he thought he was gaining points. So he's smiling at game this way. I'm over here. Look, boom. And then he's ready to get rushed. Hit him with the UFC slam. Boom. And then security came. Rushed the scene. Got him up out of there. Took me to the back. And that's why I got to see the footage. I got to see what I did. So the director of the show called me on a few occasions and said, I'm fighting to bring you back on the show. The other dude is banned forever.
Technicality, right?
Yeah. Now, he was supposed to, everybody that was there, from my cameraman, to security, to the director of the show, to Roxy actually came to the black, like, Black baby, you alright, you good? Like, that wasn't your fault, you handled yours. That made me feel good. I was just like, you right, mama. My whole thing is there's rules to the battle. Why weren't the rules enforced once they seen them provoking? You understand?
Yeah.
I think the touch, the yelling, the hat slip, I think that was enough for me to get it on.
Speaking of rap battles on 106 and Park, I think most of us remember the Kanye West versus 50 Cent, the Clash of the Titans special on the show. In September 2007, the two biggest names in hip-hop, Kanye West and 50 Cent, were set to release their highly anticipated albums on the same day, leading to a public competition and debate over whose album would sell the most. Both rappers welcomed friendly competition and did interviews expressing their love for one another. And BET decided to cash in on the hype with a special episode where they both performed and did a joint interview. This episode gave 106 and Park their second highest viewership behind their Aaliyah tribute episode. And in the end, Kanye's Graduation album debuted at #1 with nearly 1 million copies sold in the first week in the United States alone, while 50's Curtis album debuted at #2, selling nearly 700,000 copies in its first week. There were times when celebrity guests got spicy with the show's host.
Spicy.
I'm always in the studio working on music and nobody buys. So I am on my fifth. You bought it? That you just saying that because you're on camera.
But some of these times, things got really heated or out of control.
Shorty wildin'.
What the fans don't want to see or what they said, but it's been out there in the room, it's being spit out there. The only reason why I addressed it, but I respect it. I respect the camp to say you don't want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it somewhere else. Why? Because you know what? At the end of the day, this is about him right now. We played y'all that movie already.
In October 2011, rapper Webby was a guest judge for the Freestyle Friday segment and was also there to promote his new album, Savage Life 3. Everything seemed to be going well, and he and Roxy even posed for some pics. But after the commercial break, Webby was nowhere to be found. And by the end of the show, host Terrence J announced that he was no longer welcome to the show without giving any explanation.
106 is wild time.
I'd like to thank one of our judges, Jake Diwali, for coming on the show. We would not like to thank Lil Webby, who is now banned from coming on the show. We will not be seeing him on 106 Park anymore. Thank you once again to all.
Rumors started circling social media about his absence. But according to Webby, it was because Terrence was jealous of his interaction with Roxy. He then did a series of interviews threatening Terrence and making disparaging comments about both of the hosts.
Shout out to Terrence, baby. BET, I love y'all, baby. I am BET. I am Black Entertainment, baby. How can you tell me I'm not? I am BET. Look at you looking at BET right now. So Terrence, I'm sorry.
This is one of the most classic, like.
Get your man. Next thing you know, he come on TV. Hey, Webby is banned off TV.
Moments back then too.
I'm beating that dude up, man. So y'all better keep that away from me, man.
Who you gonna beat up?
They already know. I'm whooping that nigga. He know that. Hey, look, he like this here. They on the way other side of the room. So you know how they act when he was like this here. I know. I guess it hurt his heart.
You ain't lying. What you told? Well, I know what he told him after that. Get your man.
Well, Roxy went on record to say that Webby was sexually harassing her in between commercial breaks, and it made her uncomfortable. She also says his manager called her to apologize. She spoke about the situation with NBC's Peter Bailey in an interview.
What exactly happened?
It's really sad that it was taken to the extreme, not to the extreme, excuse me, but it was the way it was looked upon, and it's like, oh, he was banned, and I think that any light you have,
and this was like years later, like we didn't know for mad long.
And any light that a woman feels that she was disrespected, and I have thick skin, I don't, you know what I'm saying, but when you're at your job and somebody sexually harasses you in a manner that is very vulgar and disgusting, I have no shame of sticking up for myself and telling you that you're improper right now. I'm at work, we're in a set, there's children around us, you're really out of line right now. And I think that people should more so applaud a woman sticking up for herself and the people around her for sticking up for herself than allowing that kind of behavior to happen. And I think that we allow that behavior to happen too much in our society, and we don't put light on people being inappropriate. And it's okay, ladies, to speak up and say, no, I don't like to be spoken to in that manner, and I respect myself and I respect others, and I treated him.
But that would definitely not be the last time guests got into it with hosts.